Yo, what is good, y'all, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be doing episode number 4 of Comp Diaries, a series where I talk y'all through competitive games that I play and tell y'all what I do, basically what I do well, what I can improve on, and hopefully attempt to help you to improve as a player as well. Unfortunately, I did not record the gameplay for this series myself, so we're forced to watch it through Him's stream, so shout out to Hims for having his VOD up. But we're forced to watch this game and most of the second game through his stream, but this was one of the best tournament series I've ever played. Actually, I would argue this is the most entertaining tournament series that I have ever played. This was an incredibly close series, phenomenal series against my guy Smokehouse, and I wanted to show y'all this series because it is absolutely incredible, and I think there's a lot that y'all can learn from it as well. So and a lot that I could probably improve on as well. Certain things that I did wrong that definitely need to be adjusted for future competitive tournaments. But this is a great series, and I'm really excited to show you all that. Before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 2,500 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload videos every single day, and I'd really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, without further ado, let's hop right into it and start off this game. So, like I said, we have to watch from his stream, and he didn't have my stream full screened. He had my chat pop up, so you're going to see my chat at points in this game. There's not a ton, honestly, to see, I don't feel like, in terms of my chat, but yeah, that's that. So this is a really good series, though. I missed first possession. He knocks it out on White on Hall of Fame. That just to start off is unfortunate. When he knocks out a not wide open on Hall of Fame, that's never really what you're looking for. I kind of don't get bumped there in a situation that I could have gotten bumped off that pinch, and so we kind of both got things to go our way to start off the game, and that puts me up 2-0, and then puts me down 3-2. I'm sorry. He just runs to the rim, goes up, draws a foul. Pretty typical start to a competitive game. A couple things not going my way, a couple things not going his way, but yeah. So moving along, we hit it over to Kobe. Kobe's one of my favorite cards in the game because oh, and this was before I got banned, by the way, so as y'all can tell, I'm using my old account, which I don't have anymore. But Kobe is one of my favorite cards in the game because his ability to create his own shot. Unfortunately, he does wind up getting bumped there, so he turned the ball over, and he's starting off the game really well. He's going to 5 out with Isaiah Thomas. He gets a blow by, and then winds up mashing me with Isaiah Thomas, which is kind of annoying because I don't love the fact that a 6'1" point guard can mash a 6'7" defensive small forward, but it is what it is. We get our play going. We run our pick and pop. I don't remember if I went up or not. I think I do. Yeah, I go up here and mash him. It's just, when you get the defender under the basket, especially when it's a defender like Jaylen Brown, who's several inches shorter than the guy he's guarding, it's a good situation to mash and just take your bucket. Good defense here, getting through the screen with Silas. He's trying to do a lot of his offense with Isaiah Thomas, which is smart. We switch back to Carmelo on Carmelo, and this is a pretty good defensive possession to this point. Unfortunately, he does wind up getting to the rim. I do get a block, though. Do a good job of X switching that possession, and yeah, it's a good start to start off the game. Didn't start the first couple possessions well, but the last couple possessions we've played some decent defense, and we're starting to get ourselves more comfortable, I think, in the way that we're playing this game. Pete Maravich to the rim, throws a nice lob to Carmelo. I could have probably gone up and tried to take a layup, but there's a chance that I would have gotten blocked on the layup, so I threw the lob, which I think is also a little bit risky, but yeah, so we do wind up getting a blocking foul there. It doesn't really matter. Since it's outside the last 2 minutes, the fouls don't matter that much because you have them to give. Good defense. Try to pinch with Weber. He sets an illegal screen. We get a little bit lucky. We'll take it. On offense, I potentially could have shot that with Pete. I think I had him crab, but I didn't want to shoot it and have it get like a BS contest and then not be able to score it. Hit the pop right there to Carmelo as he drops his Carmelo to guard the paint perfectly. That is beautiful timing on the pop. Unfortunately, because of Melo's release, he steps in and only shoots a 2. But that being said, really, really nice offense there. Try to set a double team to fluster him. He does a really good job of hitting the right man in the double team. Smoke did a really good job this whole series of hitting the open man for the most part against double teams, so I didn't double team that much. And for those of y'all who don't know Smoke is one of the best competitive players on Xbox, has been for the last like 2 or 3 years. Definitely a very, very good player. So this is going to be a very competitive series because he is one of the best players on the Xbox console. But yeah, nice offense with Carmelo. Get around him, get to the rim. Nice layup. Carmelo has his athleticism is really good, so it allows him to be used as a primary ball handler, where a lot of other players, I wouldn't say primary ball handler, but like a secondary ball handler who can go get you a bucket. We X switch that to get Carmelo onto IT to not let him get to the rim. He goes right back into his pick and roll with IT. gets me into the screen. I'm forced to drop. Luckily, his Dikembe pops way out, and unfortunately, my players didn't switch, so he gets a wide open layup with IT, so it's a 1-point game. I get around the screen, get to the lane, lay it in, and I am going to skip ahead in parts of this game just because there's 2 games to show. I dropped way too far there, give up a wide open 3. That's bad defense. I'll go back and show that one again. I did a lot of this in this tournament. I feel like I dropped to the paint far too much with Weber. I was just way too low. I don't know why I dropped so low on that. I'm basically giving up the wide open pop. Mutombo's release is a little bit baited, but you can't be giving up the pop that easily, and I gave it up way too much in this game, and that's something that I definitely need to work on. Y'all will see that several more times in this game where I give up the pop in a situation that I could have not given it up. Hit the slip. He's helping from the corner with Mutombo, but he's not rotating fully to a position where he could get that steal, so I knew that I had the slip because Carmelo had a couple steps on Jaylen Brown. So we take our easy slip, take our easy 2. We're up 2 right now. He should have probably taken his dunk there. That being said, he did pump fake. I do jump, so it ends up working out just as fine. I guess no chance of getting blocked there either. So I did that a few times as well. It's something else I need to do. Don't jump every time he gets to the lane ahead of me, because sometimes they're going to wait, or a lot of the time they're going to wait this year and try to prevent you from, or wait, anticipate the jump and then shoot after you jump. And I did that several times this game as well. So it's just, again, something that I need to work on. Rotating from the corner with Pete. That's a good foul, honestly. I have a foul to give with in the last 2 minutes. I still know I haven't fouled, so I have a foul to give. Right here, there is just too much open. I'm rotating with Pete to guard this slip, but he also has Jaylen Brown. Probably there's a good chance somebody's going to be open. I'm trying to play 2 for 1 and throw him off a little bit, and he wound up honestly working, but I do just intentionally foul because I'm not going to put myself in a compromising position defensively with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Pretty good defense by Pete. Get through the screen decently. Wound up dropping, but getting back out. It's a good defensive possession. He winds up getting an open, which is annoying, but it's an early. He misses, so that's going to do it for the quarter. Second quarter, I get mashed. First possession by Isaiah Thomas. It's tough because, again, I don't know why a 6'1" point guard can mash a 6'7" defensive small forward, but it is what it is. Good pass. Second pass, not so good, but we wind up getting a dunk out of it anyway. Nice dunk animation by Weber. I honestly had a wide open 3 there with Silas if I was just patient and didn't pass that ball inside, which, again, something that I could have done better. He winds up going straight up there. I try to get the block. No block animation. We're still in a tie game. I'm going into my 5 out as well. Trying to take advantage of IT, but Silas just doesn't have the playmaking badges, I don't feel like, to be able to attack him like that, even with the good dribble sig, the shifty dribble style that he has. But Pete gets right around the screen there, gets a really nice look, and draws a foul because he jumped from very far with Dikembe, which is something that you're risking when you jump from far away with a big. You're risking getting those intimidator fouls. So we knock down all 3 free throws. He winds up hitting a white next possession. I don't even remember how that happened. But and then he gets a steal with Dikembe, which is kind of a fluke steal right here, I think. Oh yeah, no, it's not really a fluke steal. It's just I think I hit the wrong icon because I hit Silas instead of Carmelo, which I should have done. And I tried to hit it over to Carmelo, and he got the steal with Dikembe. That's not really a fluke steal. It's just a mistake by me by not iconing properly. Do a much better job of playing the pop there on that possession with Weber, not dropping to the paint and instead helping from hash, showing different looks, which is a good job by me. That being said, honestly, this is a really nice defensive possession. We wind up getting a stop, and we get the board. Good stuff. I wasn't sure if we secured the board that possession or not, but we do wind up getting a stop, which is really nice. Stop on the break. Could have potentially shot that with Carmelo, but it probably wouldn't have been open, so it's smart that I didn't. And I have a mismatch here. I should really be attacking this mismatch with Chris Weber. Hit it over to the corner. Now we have something. We gotta have something open. He does a good job of X switching that. I hit Carmelo in the corner. He gets a wide open look, and we get a nice green light, which is definitely a good shot by me. Pretty good defensive or offensive possession. I really could have just thrown it into Weber and mashed on IT, and that probably would have been the easiest way to score that possession. We wind up giving up a bucket on the slip on the other end, which quick buckets like that aren't really what you want to give up. But y'all can see I'm shooting 91% so far, shooting really efficiently, taking good shots. As I say that, I shoot an early 26%. Doing a great job taking good shots, and we take a bad one right there, and then we give up a wide open mid-range as well. I'm not sure what I'm even doing with Chris Weber there. It's just bad defense. Don't throw yourself out of position with your center because you made a mistake and you're trying to like make some play to get the ball back. Just basically really stupid defense there, and it winds up hurting me. And yeah. Pete right back to the rim, gets me a nice and one. He's got 11 points and 4 assists. Pete is really, really nice, especially when you put a speed shoe with him. I feel like he does a really good job of defending and not even defending. He does a really nice job on the offensive end of the court with his athleticism. I feel like he gets to the rim and has nice layup animations that don't get blocked very much. Again, what am I doing? Like, what is this defense? Watch what I do with Chris Weber on this possession. This is just, I don't even have any words for it. It's like dumb. Like, what was I doing there? I don't understand what the... I don't know. That was bad. Don't be like me and do that. We end up going back, getting down the court, scoring with Pete, and it's a tie game almost in the second half. This winds up just being an incredibly close game. Both games this series do. And yeah, good defense by Silas. He gets a little bumpy. That's our one foul in the last 2 minutes, so I need to remember that. And we do a good job defensively. X-switch it back so that Weber should stay on Dikembe, or at least I tried to X-switch it back. It didn't. And he winds up getting a bailout foul, which annoys me. As y'all can see in the chat, I typed that's ass because that was kind of a bailout foul late in the clock. Goes up, just gets a BS foul call, which is what it is. Pete has sharp take right here, which means I can pretty much get a pick and roll and probably hit the slip very early, which is exactly what I do. I know that he's going to hedge hard on the pick because of the fact that Pete has sharp take. He doesn't want to give that up, which is smart. I wouldn't want to give it up either. But yeah, I mean, Pete, oh my, I forgot about that shot. That shot pissed me off right here because I get a contest from the side with Kobe. He doesn't have blinders. He hits a 33%. That's a bad shot on Hall of Fame. Like a really, really fluky, annoying shot. So there's been a few flukes in this series. There were a few flukes in this series. That's one of them. You shouldn't be making lightlies with guys, especially with no blinders, on Hall of Fame. We wanted to come right back down. He overplays too high with Jaylen Brown. We get a wide open three and tie it back up. Yeah, I mean, that was bad. He got lucky there, and it's not. That 3 points right there, plus the 2 points on the previous foul, those 5 points right there should not have happened, which are pretty annoying. But you know what? You got to keep playing through it because 2K is not going to favor you every game. It's just the way it's going to be. We do a great job of playing the pop there. He would have had the dunk if he'd taken it. I help from the corner. Great defensive possession. He gets another contested shot. Doesn't green it either, and we get the stop. So we have a chance to take the lead going into half. That was phenomenal defense by me, and I shouldn't have thrown that corner. I shouldn't have. I got baited. That was good. That's good defense right here. Y'all will see. With his Carmelo, this is really nice defense. Not with his Dikembe. I'm sorry. I should have gone up. I would have had a layup. He wasn't gonna attack me with Carmelo. It was on Isaiah Thomas. I would have had a layup or a dunk, and I don't go up, which is stupid. And now I give him the opportunity to take the lead going into half. So as y'all can see, I've made a lot of mistakes this game. He winds up calling a timeout here, which is actually a smart timeout because. If he doesn't call that timeout, I'll see, we're watching from his perspective, which is kind of tough. So it's not perfect, but we wound up getting through. Good defense-ish. He misses the shot. That wasn't great inbound defense at all, but it winds up working out. It's all right. So we go into the second half tied at 33. Again, a lot of mistakes that half, but I didn't play bad. We get our Gary Payton in the game, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Grant Hill, and Anthony Davis, which is my bench right now. Or at least this was my bench before. This series was played Thursday night before the Friday content came out, which is why y'all don't see Dolph Shays or KD or AK or any of those cards on the court. But down by 2 points right now. And I'm immediately going into my 5-out because I want to take advantage of Pete Maravich with Gary Payton. We hit our pop wide open. He held us to help down because I would have had a wide open 2 with Gary, and we hit our pop to Tobias Harris, which is a really, really nice card. Tobias is, I think, one of the best, if not the best, budget-ish comp level power forwards in the game. He is quite the stud of a card. Great defense that possession as well. Could have easily been a steal. I played that lane with Payton very, very well, recovered to the ball, and they just didn't give it to me, which is all right. And he gets a good open look. Gets me out of the screen with Gary Payton. That's a quality screen by Weber. He gets a good look and knocks down the 3 pretty deep with Maravich, which is a good shot by him. We go right back into our 5-out. Gonna attack Pete, and Pete's just not good enough defensively in a on-ball one-on-one situation against a primary ball handler. He's going to struggle against a guy who can dribble the ball effectively, and as y'all can see right there, he goes into his settings to switch his matchups because he doesn't want Pete guarding Gary, because I will 5-out that and attack that the whole time because I can get blow-bys to the rim, get easy layups, things like that. I tried to send a double team there with Harden, and it didn't send, which is kind of weird. We play pretty good defense, though. AD, he tries to throw the slip. He shouldn't have thrown the slip there. AD was in perfect position, my CPU, and he winds up getting the steal, which is nice. I have Tobias wide open. I recognize it a little bit late, which prevents it from being an open 3. We do get to the rim, get an open dunk, and get a terrible dunk animation that gets blocked because that cockback dunk is just awful. So definitely unfortunate. We just decided to foul on the break because I don't want any mismatches. I had my center on his point guard, my point guard on his center. We don't want mismatches like that, so we foul on the break because we have those fouls to give. Use your fouls outside of the last 2 minutes. You got 3 of them, so make sure you use them effectively. He gets me into the screen, gets enough space, knocks down a nice shot with Pete Maravich. Good quality offense by him. I cannot hate on that at all. He does a good job of getting himself a quality shot. I hit my pop. That's a good shot. It's open. That's a greenable shot for sure. and I don't green it. So he dropped pretty low with Gary Payton, or not Gary Payton, with Larry Bird, and I had a chance to get a green, and I don't wind up greening, which is definitely my fault. He sets in illegal on the other side of the court, which is a little bit blessed. We will take it. So this possession, I hit my pop. I try to get a blow out of the rim, nothing there. He's playing a really nice defensive possession. Try to hit my quick pop again. He's sitting on the quick pop. Harden, I try to attack Pete just because Pete is a lot smaller. Get into the paint, go up, mash. Yes, sir. There's that mash that you can do. Attacking Pete Maravich because he is a poor defender, and that's what he's a great offensive guard, but he's a poor defender, so I do attack him there. He winds up throwing the backdoor slip. Pete goes up and gets a dunk. Easy open bucket. Good job of him by sending the backdoor cut there. But this possession, we hit our pop again, and I shoot an early 9%. That's not a good shot. It's too early. The thing is, it's too early in the shot clock for me to be shooting that shot. Look how early I shoot that. It's there kind of, but it just doesn't. He doesn't get the animation moving himself to the ball. But I shoot that with like 18 seconds left in the shot clock, which is just way too early. And yeah, that's just something you got to be more patient. Make sure you get quality shots, especially early in the possession. He calls a timeout, makes a couple substitutions, subs in. It looks like Dale Ellis for Harden. And yeah, we play good defense. We X switch that with Pete. Harden gets through the screen. Or I'm sorry, with Gary and Harden, we X switch it. And then Harden gets through the screen. Great defense by Tobias Harris helping up. He shoots the three. It is not there at all. He low-key had the corner there, but he didn't hit it. And then good pass, but he has Walt Frazier in the game. We do a great job of defending, helping off of Walt Frazier, because Walt Frazier, as y'all can see, he is a guy with a very slow, pretty beta jump shot. So we do a good job of helping over, not going to give up that open three, and then we help back over with, well, Tobias actually recovers and gets a contest. But we know because of Walt Frazier's slow release, there's a good chance of getting a contest there. Don't want to give up the open shot to Walt, and that possession was really unfortunate because I am intending to cross over right here. I want to cross over, and I don't. That's not where I was intending to go with the ball. It messed up I don't know. I forget exactly what happened, but that was not my intention. My intention was not to go to the left there. So he winds up getting a bump on basically a situation where I messed up with what my intention was. I do a great job of pump faking there. He jumps, and that's what I'm talking about with those pump fakes. When the defender is behind you, often you can pump fake and they'll jump from behind, and you'll get an open bucket, which is what I do right there with Gary. But because of that turnover, which is a bad turnover, getting bumped, good to bump steal by him, I guess. It winds up putting us in a 5-point hole. All of a sudden we give away a stop and a bucket. So down 5 right now, 1:11 left in the third quarter. Good move by Gary Payton. He stops for a long two. I was really hoping that would be a 3, but I stopped like one step too far in. So it winds up being a long 2, which is okay. Good defense by Harden. I don't know what he was throwing there. I wonder if he was trying to throw corner or something, because that was just not a good pass at all. I don't understand that pass completely. Getting to the rim, we had the corner wide open and I hit the top instead. Wind up going to the post spinning and going up for a mash. Take advantage of the fact Tobias Harris is 6'9", Walt Frazier is 6'4". So I take advantage of it right there. It's now a 1-point game. Just want to take my buckets. It's very important to take your buckets, especially in a situation like this. And Gary gets me an on-ball pluck. So now my boys are suddenly hooping, which is exactly what I like to see. Gary gets me an on-ball steal, which is beautiful. He fouls, which is his foul to give. And yeah, now we're on the offensive end of the court with an opportunity to take the lead. Nice dribble handoff. Watch how his defender gets stuck here. This is the beauty of dribble handoffs. You can't use them every possession, but his defender, Chris Webber, gets stuck on Larry Bird and Tobias Harris basically being close together, which prevents him from being able to get through the screen. And even though it's not an actual screen, it's like an unintentional screen, basically, kind of like a pick play in football. And that could easily have been a bump steal there too. I'm playing really nice defense all of a sudden. But yeah, that winds up going well for us. We send a double team. He escapes the double team. Doubles don't stick this year if you like run away from them, basically. And he does a good job of that. He's trying to take the last shot of the quarter, as y'all can see, but we do a great job defensively. He really has nothing there. And that is going to do it for the third quarter. We go into the fourth quarter up by 1. Skipped the first couple possessions of the first possession of the fourth quarter. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, pick and roll. He hits his slip. He gets a wide open look. That's a good job of taking the pick and roll out of the corner. It's hard to defend the pick and roll out of the corner this year. That's a play that I don't think a lot of people run that much, but when you catch the ball in the corner, a pick and roll out of the corner is very effective this year. Still have Gary Payton in the game. Gonna have a wide open dunk, and I get blocked. I should have probably hit the corner with Grant. He was so low with his Grant that I could have hit the corner and had an open 3, which is unfortunate. He has a wide open mid-range there, chooses not to take it. He could have taken that and probably been up 3, because I'm pretty sure that would have been an open or a wide open, pretty easy shot to green. We do a good job defensively, and then I jump. And this is what I'm talking about with those jumps again. you see how my Tobias is behind him, so in theory he would go up right there. You'd think he'd go up, so I'm jumping to try to get a block. But the thing is, I don't know. The thing is that in 2K, when you go up like this, you get a lot of like chase down blocks on dunks and stuff. So it's good to be patient in certain situations. And also because I jump, obviously now he has a wide open look because I jump, so I can't recover and jump quick enough to be able to get the contest there. So this is something that I should have recognized that he was doing better and jumped less, because sometimes they'll go straight up, but most of the time they'll just wait and pump fake. And I should have been recognizing that, and I could have easily, if I hadn't jumped there, I could have recovered into a defensive position where I would have had a chance to get an actual stop. We wind up hitting our pop there. He's sitting on the pop. He really does not want to give up the pop. I honestly should have probably run my pick and roll better and just slipped it more this game. AD's wide up in the paint, though. We wind up being patient, going up over the top of Jaylen Brown. Again, it's a 6'10" guy versus 6'6" guy, interior versus a wing, and that's probably going to be pretty easy buckets every single time. This possession, we are in good position to get a stop, and he gets a lucky freaking bucket. I mean, Gary Payton is one of the best interior defensive point guards in the game, for one, but I feel like this should have been that animation is often and out of bounds, and we have him sealed off to the baseline, but somehow he gets like an inside positioning and goes up and gets a mash, which is really annoying there because that's just a bad bucket. As y'all can see, I say so as that scores, which it is. It's pretty garbage bucket in my personal opinion. But we're still down 3 points. 3 minutes left in this fourth quarter. It's been a great game so far. I've made some mistakes. I feel like if I had played better, I could have put myself in a position where I could have been up 5, maybe maybe an 8-point swing. We put our starters back in, though. Kobe goes to the rim, have a wide open 3 with Carmelo. He jumped because he thought I was going to go up for the dunk with Carmelo. He winds up jumping, and that just drops his defensive player right off and gives me a wide open look. He throws corner to Grant, but at that point, I've been able to recover defensively. Good job of not dropping far enough to give up the pop there. Same thing here. Good defense by me with Chris Webber to recover over to Dikembe, and that easily could have been a bump. I pinched that perfectly with Paul Silas. Dikembe doesn't have the ball handle rating. I pinched that, tried to get the bump steal. Should have been a bump. It doesn't wind up being a bump, which is all right. That should be a steal. That should have been a steal right there. That was phenomenal defense. I send a double team, and it doubles Kobe out of the corner. So I rotate with Chris Webber. I rotate to the wide open guy because Grant Hill is absolutely wide spanking open. And he has gold interceptor. That should be a steal. It just should. But I get hung out of the steal, and it's unfortunate. I mean, that one frustrated me, but there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. You got to keep playing, basically. There's been several animations this game. He had a 33%, got a couple BS fouls, a couple BS matches. Like, you can only do so much, basically, is what I'm saying. So you kind of got to live with the fact that not every possession is going to go your way. That was kind of a stupid slip pop right there that I hit with Carmelo because he could have gotten an animation with Dikembe. And I wind up trying to mash Dikembe, who's like several inches taller than Carmelo, and he's not under the basket. So that's just not a good offensive decision. I get a lucky steal, so the 2K gives me something back there with a little bit of a lucky steal, and I have Kobe bringing the ball up the court. Got a little bit of a size mismatch on IT. I could have easily probably just taken that to the rim there with Kobe. I also can just post up Webber here, but I don't. He X switches it beautifully and then winds up intentionally fouling anyways. I don't know why he intentionally fouled that, because he had X switched his center and his point guard back, and I could have just a hold backcourt. I don't think this was a backcourt violation. I'm gonna try to pause it and see, but I feel like, well, for one, you're allowed to go backcourt in. I guess when I caught it, I had 1 foot over and 1 foot back. I don't know how that works, but that doesn't feel like it should be a backcourt. I was trying to run to the backcourt and get the ball, and I give up a possession there. I should have been safer with my decision. I thought that I could do that and get away with it, but it wound up being that I wasn't able to do that, and that's okay. But you have to be safer in those late game situations with not potentially risking giving up possession. Either make sure you're clearly in the backcourt or safely in the front court when you pass the ball, and don't take the risk of going backcourt in that situation, because I just gave away a possession and that could easily cost me this game. I mean, that's a good take by Isaiah Thomas. He gets a blow by animation of sorts on Silas, and he takes his 2. Goes up 4 with the minute 45. What did I do this possession? I hit the pop. get the dribble handoff right back. He's trying not to give up the pop, as y'all can tell. I hit corner. I probably could have not hit corner there, but we wind up taking our dunk, getting a nice blow by on Carmelo when he overcloses out from his bait. Down to Carmelo, and I think I X-switch the corner, yes, so I can get my center back on. And Paul Silas commits his 5th foul of the game, sending him to the free throw line for a free throw that it's just a BS free throw. Like, that foul is, I don't know. There's been several things this game that has just been not favoring me at all, and that was one of them. And then I accidentally jump with Weber, which gives up a wide open 2, and I think I meant to icon switch to, I don't know what happens here. I'm on Weber, and I somehow jump with Weber and give up the wide open dunk with Mutombo, which obviously I'm not trying to jump in the back. I don't know what I did. I fat fingered my icon somehow, or I think, no, my icon's glitched. As y'all can see in the chat, I'm pretty mad, but my icon's glitched. I was trying to icon back to Carmelo, and I couldn't icon, so when I icon Y, it just jumps with Weber, which gives him a wide open dunk. So just a lot of things not going my way right now. We're down 5 with 1:20 left in the game. And yeah, we get through the screen beautifully. We could have hit Kobe there. Don't hit Kobe. Get our the ball back to our point guard, reset, get to the rim, take our easy layup, and we are down by 3. So now it needs to stop, obviously. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We need a stop desperately. And Silas is in a position where he could have gotten a bump there, but he has 5 fouls as well, which winds up being a thing. But it's not that big of a deal. We wind up playing pretty good defense, and Silas finally gets me an interior stop, which is a blessing. He throws a bad pass to Mutombo. Again, could have been a stop. Silas gets... Oh, he gets a dunk. I forgot. He got a dunk. So he's up 5 with 46 seconds left in the game. He runs that corner pick and roll again, which winds up working pretty well, getting him to the rim. And what do we do here? I get through. Oh, I get a wide open 3. Nice move. We killed him into the screen with Pete and get a wide open 3, knock it down. Now it's a 2-point game. And I need to stop this possession. Plain and simple. Need a stop this possession. I need Silas to get me a stop. Send a nice double team. I think he calls. No, we get a strip. We send the double team and he doesn't call his timeout. So we get a strip animation there, which is huge, obviously. And I don't want to take the last shot here. I basically give up last shot to take my open dunk here with Silas. We get around him in the 5-out. That wasn't actually like a good offensive move, really. But sometimes you get those fluky animations that get you past. And I think I send a double team here and he calls a timeout, if I remember correctly. Yes, we sent a double team with Pete. He calls his he calls his second to last time out with 7 seconds left. He's obviously trying to take the last shot. I'm trying to send double team so that he doesn't feel comfortable taking the last shot. And we do a really good job on this inbounds play of not giving up the pop. I've given up the pop a couple times this game. Do not want to give it up on this possession. I get through with Silas, recover, just play smartly down enough that I can get back to the top. And we have overtime, which is great. Really nice defense there. Really good overall defense. What is this? It gives us both. I think it gave him this animation too, I'm assuming, to start the overtime. We can't even like see the jump ball really with that animation, which is just like, what is 2K doing? But get the ball into Melo. He's running. Okay, he's listening to music. This is the problem with watching it on somebody else's stream, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It's better than not being able to watch it at all. And yeah, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, we wind up not scoring first possession. He gets the ball over, winds up scoring. No, he missed. He just missed with it winds up going in anyway, but he missed with IT. He misses the layup. He gets the rebound and puts it back in. So Carmelo gets to the rim. He kind of pinched with Dikembe there. I've got to find out where I'm going again. But Carmelo gets to the rim, gets a dunk. He doesn't quite pinch enough with Dikembe to get the bump steal there, I don't feel like, from the corner. So it's a tie game again. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first overtime. And yeah, good defense here. I should have X-switched that with... And Silas fouled out. Thankfully, I have Grant Hill, who's a card that I really like still. So it's fine. I could have X-switched that play right there. I'm going to go back. I could have X-switched this play right here with Carmelo, and since he was trying to go around Carmelo, if I click onto Carmelo here and X-switch, which is where basically you hold A on Xbox, X on PlayStation, for those of you who don't know what X-switching is, you hold that button, it switches the two players. So it would switch Carmelo onto Isaiah, it would switch Silas onto Carmelo. I could have done that. Carmelo picks up Isaiah around the screen, Silas stays in defensive position. We don't give up the lane. Unfortunately, we get up the lane, try to get a chase down animation. We get a chase down foul animation, which is fine. I'm annoyed, but it is what it is. Silas fouls out. That was kind of poor defense by me, in all honesty, I feel like. And yeah, he gets his 2 free throws. He's up by 2 points and got to go down, get another bucket. Get the ball right back into Pete. Pete's got 19 and 6. He's been hooping in this game. Definitely the guy that I want with the ball in his hands late in the possession. Phenomenal move. I know, I'm going to talk y'all through this one. I know that what he's going to do, he doesn't want to switch. He's not switching screens. So if I get him into the screen with Grant, I can carry this over here. This is open space right here. The thought process is that he will hedge with Carmelo, which he does. He hedges with Carmelo. He's trying to chase through with Grant Hill as well. But if I carry it far enough, he's going to either be either going to be forced to switch, and it looks like Grant Hill actually switches off. So I'm assuming he probably X switched this to pick up with Carmelo, which is interesting. But if I carry it far enough, the concept that I had was that Grant Hill would be trying to chase through the screen, and that Carmelo would drop back to guard the roll. So I thought I would be able to get to, if I get to like this spot right here, I would have an open three. Instead, he switches it, but he doesn't like switch it fully. At least he didn't commit to switching with Carmelo. Maybe his CPU switched because he doesn't commit to switching with Carmelo. So he winds up getting a late contest, and somehow this is still an 18% contest, which is weird, or 16% contest. But we green it. That's a tough shot to green. Really like that shot. And my chat is, as y'all can see, this was Thursday night. My chat is flipping out about how we are getting a KD. But yeah, drop way too hard. Like, terrible defense right here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I drop all the way to the paint with Weber for no reason and don't rotate hash at all. Give up a wide open three and he breaks. Finally misses one off the pop, but like, that is a terrible mistake by me. Get the ball right into Pete's hands though. Luckily he misses. Attacking the rim with Pete, get through, hit corner, and I get hoed. Pete has bailout and throws it off Chris Weber's hands, and he gets a steal. So he missed a wide open three, but then I throw it right back to him on one that bailout apparently doesn't work, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Get through here. Weber again gives up the pop. That's 2 possessions in a row that I've played way too low. I would rather give up the 2 in that situation than the 3, and yet I give up the 3, which is just stupid. Don't give up 3s in close games like that. Give up the 2 if you have to, but try to rotate from hash, rotate from corner, things like that to not give up anything really if possible. But don't give up the 3 off the pop because I'm helping way too far down and just giving up the straight up pop. Weber doesn't set the screen there, which is really annoying. Get to the rim though. Pete Maravich throws it down. He's got 24. That's a huge shot by Pete. Get into the rim. He just is very nice and shifty. I feel like Pete's very hard to guard. He's a nice, really good primary ball handler, and he does his thing there. So good defense here. I don't give up the pop. I drop a little bit with Carmelo, but not enough for him to have an open shot. We're under the basket. I think he's probably going to try to mash me. He doesn't mash me. He winds up trying to spin out of it and basically passes it out, resets. There's 6 seconds left. He goes baseline. I give it the pop, but I don't give it the pop that much. I'm able to jump and just get a 12% contest. A little bit of a lucky contest there, and we have a chance to basically come down and get a 2 to win the game potentially. It's 69-69. Nice. And yeah, we get the ball into Kobe. Kobe is the guy that I like to score with late in games often because I feel like I love his dribble sticks, his ability. I hit the pop. I have a wide open 3 and I shank it. I mean, it's a great shot. Wide open shot with a really good shooter, guy who's released. I green almost every single time and I miss it. It's my fault, plain and simple. We sent a double, and he calls another timeout, just like the end of the first overtime, or I'm sorry, just like the end of regulation. He wants to take the last shot. That is a shot that I have to green though with Chris Weber. I get a wide open shot off the pop, really nice play, and I miss it. It's my fault. So that being said, he now has a chance to win the game. End of the first overtime, and yeah, Carmelo, pretty good defense. I like Carmelo as a defender. He's going to go to the offense with Carmelo, and he comes off of the screen right here, gets me into the screen a little bit with Carmelo, but I'm committed because I'm not going to give up the pop here. I chase through because with 3 seconds left, y'all will see. So I chase through with Carmelo, and then I switch to AD to help down because with 2 seconds left, I feel like I can actually help down. 1 second, I know that if he hits it over to Dikembe, he's probably going to have to shoot a flick up. So that's exactly what happens. I helped probably too far down with AD. I could have recovered back up, but he doesn't have time to actually time his release there, which I'm not even really sure if that was good defense, but he gets a flick up. It doesn't go in, obviously, and we're going to a second overtime, which is just absurd. So we get another weird overtime tip animation where it's not like the typical tip animation, which is definitely odd, but help down from the corner there. He tries to go up and mash me. Gary plays elite defense. That's what I love about Gary. Gary gives you so much more defensively than Pete Maravich. I subbed Gary in for the last possession in regular overtime. We hit our slip here, I think, to Carmelo. We do, and we get hoed. Carmelo should have sat right here. This is basically hoed. I mean, no difference. No difference. That's the most accurate way to say it. So we hit Carmelo because he basically fakes the bait down to Carmelo and then stays to guard AD. So I hit Carmelo. Carmelo should be sitting right here. It's going to be a wide open, easy layup or dunk. And For whatever reason, he carries it all the way over to here, and it winds up being a steal that just shouldn't be. Like, that is a very annoying steal. We wind up fouling in transition. Don't want to give up the easy buckets, but that's very hoed. That being said, pretty good defense. He could have easily taken his dunk there. Probably with IT, he got a blow by, but he didn't take it. Good defense by Grant. Get through beautifully, using that with Carmelo getting through the ball screen, going underneath it. Great defense by AD as well. He recovers, and he winds up getting a lucky mash. Like, I'm frustrated. I am really frustrated. I've had a lot of things not go my way in this game. He played great defense on that possession. He gets blocked, and he gets it right back and gets an easy putback. And just, there's a lot of BS that's going on in this game. That's the way 2K is. You'll play games that algo doesn't favor you, and this is one of them. I wouldn't say it's been like the worst game ever in terms of algo, but it's not great. I hit my slip wide open AD, easy dunk. He's not able to get over from the corner in time with Carmelo, and we take our easy 2 to put us in a tie game yet again. This is a ridiculously close game, as I said. All right, so he hits Grant wide open. He had the shot there, didn't shoot it. I don't really know why. I might have gotten contested, and Grant's not the easiest guy to shoot with. Good defense, though, with Kobe. We don't jump on the inside, which as well is really good defense, helping from Hash with Carmelo to defend. Phenomenal defensive possession. Absolutely great defensive possession. He has boxed the whole possession. We get the rebound with AD and bring it over to Gary Payton to run our offense. So getting the screen here. Gary attacking the rim, hit our pop, wide open, AD greens it. We do a beautiful job of rejecting. What I do here, y'all will see. So I call my 5 out, so I have spacing. I will run my screen with AD, but instead of using the screen, which is what he's kind of expecting I'm going to do with Dikembe, I reject the screen. He gets enough of a suction animation, AD does, that IT gets sucked into the screen, and he comes helping down with Mutombo to try to prevent a wide open 2 because I get a blow-by animation. So he helps down with Mutombo. I immediately hit the quick pop and get a wide open 3 with AD. That's a phenomenal, really, really nice pop right there, rejecting the screen and getting it open. AD greens it. That's a great play. I really like that offense by me. Then we play beautiful defense with Gary as well. This is a user steal. This is not a lucky steal. As y'all will see, I click on with Gary right here. I click on with Gary because I know that he's going to likely cross over. That's how people often start their possessions. And I know as soon as he crosses over, which he does right there, he crosses over, tap that X button, and he gets this bump still because he's crossing over basically into my path. So he does that. He flies right by with Dikembe. We go up, take our easy dunk. That's phenomenal defense right there. Yeah, so don't want to give up the pop right here. Obviously, you don't want to give up a 3 in double overtime. That's pretty clear. Obviously, especially when you're up by 5, you do not want to give up a 3. I bait that with Gary Payton, and Gary just doesn't get to see it because he's a little bit short. Really nice defensive though. He gets the back door, winds up getting a dunk. That could have easily been a block. That's a dunk animation that often gets blocked, but he hits the back door and gets the dunk, which is fine. And I don't know why I called the timeout there, but that was a good defensive possession that I played. That last possession, he winds up getting a bucket out of it anyway, which is okay. But yeah, that being said, we're up by 3. We got the ball. Want to be smart. Put our Pete in the game because he's our offensive guard, and I got to be more aware than this. I have 5 seconds to get the ball past half court, and I forget about the 8-second clock basically, and just walk the ball up the court and give up an 8-second, which is just like, got to be more aware than that. That is something you cannot be doing, is losing track of how much time you have in a situation like that. When you call the timeout in the backcourt, the 8-second clock does not reset. And that is just something that I can't do. Thankfully, I come down, I play really good defense. I'm not giving up the pop at all right now. And Pete gets me a stop, which phenomenal defense by Pete. Just getting through and getting a contest on Jaylen Brown, which you love to see out of a guy who's not really a defensive point guard. And throw the corner. I probably shouldn't have thrown the corner there. We get it over to Carmelo, though. He tries to send a double team. We hit our easy slip to AD. Just being patient, getting inside, get it right back out to Kobe. He sends another double team. I have my corner, my hash wide open, and Carmelo hits the white. I don't think I'd hit a white all game. I think that was the only white that I hit right there. But Carmelo hits himself a white, and y'all will see we continue to play. Typically, this would probably be game over, but we continue to play because he's on West servers. I'm on East servers. This game is on my server, on East server. So I want to make sure that I get the spread as high as possible, because the way a competitive matchup works, for those of y'all who don't know, if the person on East wins on their host and the person on West wins on their host, then the third game's host is decided by how many points you win by. Whoever wins by more points on their host gets that third game. So basically what I'm thinking is, in the event that he beats me on West, I want to have as big of a lead as possible. So y'all will see I basically play for host, and I get a nice steal there with Grant. That's a bad pass by him. We hop step through, get to the rim, easy dunk. That was kind of a good hop step there because I hadn't used the hop step move that much. And you'll see again, we go right back to playing defense. I'm trying to get a stop here. He is typically you wouldn't worry too much about getting a stop, but on East versus West, you definitely do. And we wind up jumping with AD, getting a contest, don't foul, and we wind up winning by 8, which is huge. That 8-point win as well is very big in the event that he does beat me on West, because we want to have the ability basically to have host for the third game, because having host is better. You're a little bit delayed when you play on somebody else's host. Like when you play on West from East servers, you're going to be a little bit delayed, and vice versa. Like that game, he was probably a little bit delayed. But this second game winds up going over to his host. I'm going to skip into, because he basically just like, I don't know what he does for most of this game, but he winds up just basically doing other things for a lot of this game, looking at like, I think he spends time looking at this, investigating the KD cards and stuff. But that being said, how much of this game do we actually have? All right, so in the second game is on West, as y'all can see, and he basically doesn't have much of the second game at all, which is really unfortunate. He basically winds up like investigating the KD that we're getting on Friday, because this was on Thursday night. He spends most of that game just doing other things with his stream, which is totally fine. It's his stream. But for that reason, I don't have much of the second game at all, which is what I have right here. So the thing is, what I will tell y'all is that with less than 2 minutes left, I was down 6 on his host. As y'all can see, my chat is watch for the spread, 8 points. They're saying that because you obviously want to make sure that you win. I'm sorry, if you lose, you want to make sure you lose by less than 8 points so that you get host for your third game. But I never had my mind set on losing. I wind up getting a couple stops, getting a couple buckets. Really, really good stuff by me. And yeah, puts us in a position to have a chance to win the game. Let's see how much he has though, because he goes from right here. He clicks over. This is his team, as y'all can see. But come on. Okay. So we have a timeout. 18 seconds left. I think I called this timeout. And yeah, I'm putting in offensive players right here because I want to be able to have my scores, my shooters. And yeah, so I have a chance to win the game here. I played really good defense the last few possessions and got myself in a position where I have the chance to win the game here. And I don't love taking the last shot. A lot of people love taking the last shot. I could have held the ball here, hit it back out to Pete, potentially hit the corner to Harden, things like that, and tried to continue to hold the ball and take the actual last shot. But I like to take whatever free bucket is there, because I feel like when I try to basically hold the ball and take the last shot, it puts me in a position where I am forced to try to get a bucket with 5 seconds left. I have one option. If that option doesn't work, then I'm boxed and I don't have anything. So I want to basically make sure that I get a bucket, and then I want to trust my defense to get me a stop. So that's exactly what I do. I get a blow by to the rim with Carmelo, and I take my easy buckets because I want to make sure that I score and put myself in a position where I have the lead instead of trying to force for the last bucket and either win or lose the game right there. He has his pop. Phenomenal defense by me. I do a really good job of getting through that. He gets the ball right back out to JB. He calls a timeout. This is a really smart timeout by him. I probably would have not thought to take that timeout, which is really smart, but we do a great job of guarding the pop there. Phenomenal defense by me, as y'all can see on that possession. He honestly, with 9 seconds left, had a lot more time. He did not have to shoot this, but I think I basically had him baited. He thought he had an open shot, and me jumping with Weber got myself a full contest. He could have, I guess, drawn a foul there, but I do a really good job of defending that, and he winds up calling a timeout with 1.4 seconds left. Really good timeout by him. Obviously, I put in my defensive players, and yeah, this is the last possession of the game, obviously. So here we go. He's either going to win or lose, and why did he click away? Are you serious? There's no way he clicked away for the last possession of the game. Oh, no, he didn't. Something, I guess Smoke called another timeout or something. I don't know. Thankfully, he didn't click away for the last possession of the game, because that would have been lame. So, basically, right here, Smoke, come on. Can we please watch the end of the game? Thank you. So, Smoke runs basically with Mullen, runs around this hash right here. I'm chasing with Kobe, and I thought he was going to throw it into the hash. He cuts with Mullen and throws the pass in, which gives him an opportunity to add a dunk to win the game. And I get the only block that I got on a dunk the whole series to win game 2 on West. So we wind up winning 2-0, win on his server as well. But that was one of the closest and best series that I've ever played. Y'all didn't get to really see that second game because for the large majority of the second game, he wasn't actually watching it, which is unfortunate. But we wind up coming back from 6 down in the fourth quarter, or 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and coming back to win the game on a lucky block, which I'll take my fluke blocks, especially with things not going my way in that first game. But this is an absolutely amazing series. I think it was really enjoyable for a lot of people to watch as well. As y'all can see, my chat's kind of going crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing in the series. It's a great competitive series. Smoke is one of the best players on Xbox, and this is a really entertaining series, and I wanted to share it with y'all because I think there are things you can learn. I gave the pop too much. Don't jump on those pick and pops, or I'm sorry, the pick and rolls where you get behind them and stuff like that, so you have the opportunity to get yourself back in position, because often people will wait for you to jump. Things like that is things you got to pay attention to. But honestly, really good series. I hope y'all did enjoy. This is really high quality competitive gameplay, and if y'all want more quality competitive gameplay, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I stream every single day over there. I stream basically all of my tournaments as well. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.